The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
People think that they're on the outs because they're not always in the same room together, Maureen. That's what she would like people to believe. Like she had what, 1 or 2 public appearances without him, and that's what led to the divorce speculation. That's not quite it, my dear. It's what are the things? Oh, your words. It's your words that led us to believe you can't stand him.
Picture this. Barack Obama thought he was untouchable, the cool kid of politics, sipping lattes and dropping smooth one-liners. But out of nowhere, Megyn Kelly and Tulsi Gabbard showed up like 2 Avengers who never got the memo about respecting legacies. What followed wasn't just a takedown. It was a demolition so brutal that even Obama's teleprompter would have called in sick. This showdown makes political roast battles look like kindergarten story time.
The truth is, if you add it all up, even the year, if the odds were you're going to be married to your partner for 50 years and 10 of those years could be bad,
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
Right. And that's really how it works out.
Is it, Michelle? It's not. I've been married for 17 and a half years and not one was bad. I think she and he married the wrong people.
Barack Obama has always floated through the political universe with an untouchable glow, almost like a Marvel superhero. He walked into Washington with the aura of a smooth-talking prophet, the kind of guy who could make hope and change sound like a mixtape about to drop. The media adored him so much that if he sneezed, anchors would probably frame it as a poetic act of leadership. He wasn't just a president, he was practically a lifestyle brand. You didn't vote for Obama, you subscribed to him.
Lo and behold, what happened next was we're gonna do a new assessment and we're gonna see what Russian interference was. Immediately, the media started reporting, it was huge. They interfered in everything. They tried to help Trump. So the answer to the homework was delivered to the media before the homework had been done. And then when the homework was officially delivered in January of 17 to Obama, shock of all shocks, it said what Obama wanted it to say, which was Russia, Russia, Russia. They wanted to help Trump. And off we were on the collusion allegations that would dominate the Trump first term. So now you have spoken to a whistleblower still inside the CIA who worked on that 17 ICA. And this person is telling us what?
If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. But every shiny statue eventually meets a hammer, and in this case, 2 hammers arrived, Megyn Kelly and Tulsi Gabbard. If Obama's carefully curated image was the Mona Lisa of politics, Kelly and Gabbard basically showed up at the Louvre with spray paint, ladders, and zero patience for polite applause. Suddenly, the golden boy of politics looked a lot less golden and much more like a man who had gotten away with some very expensive PR stunts.
Implications of this are far-reaching and have to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. It has to do with an outgoing president taking action to manufacture intelligence, to undermine and usurp the will of the American people in that election, and launch what would be a years-long coup against the incoming president of the United States, Donald Trump.
Megyn Kelly was the first to sharpen her knife, and she's not exactly known for playing nice. Unless by nice you mean smiling while dismantling someone's credibility on live television. She's the human version of a scalpel. Precise, sharp, and guaranteed to make even the most confident politicians sweat through their tailored suits. Kelly has built her entire career on never flinching in front of power, and if that means dragging Obama's media-made halo through the mud, she's more than willing to do it.
You should just listen to the pod. They gotta watch it. Because first of all, taking things apart tomorrow on the dinner. He's got more chemistry with and affection for brother Craig than his own wife. If you look at the way they greet each other. And then my favorite thing is the staging. Now, because we all know that politics is about optics and stagecraft. Michelle's at this end of the table. Obama's all the way over here at this end. And brother Craig gets between them like a mediator, like a marriage counselor. So if they're really still in love together, they're not getting a divorce.
What makes Megyn Kelly especially dangerous is that she comes with receipts. She's watched the media fall over itself to shield Obama from tough scrutiny, and she's never been afraid to call out how ridiculous that looked. While most journalists were busy writing love letters disguised as op-eds, Megyn was the teacher calling out everyone's lazy homework. Imagine a classroom where every student turns in essays praising the king, and then Megyn drops a 5-page report exposing the king's tax fraud. That's her energy. Then comes Tulsi Gabbard. If Megyn is the scalpel, Tulsi is the blunt force hammer. She's the politician who doesn't care, whose feelings get hurt as long as the truth makes it out alive. Tulsi doesn't just throw shade, she flips the entire table. She's the type who could turn a polite dinner into an interrogation within minutes. Unlike many who sat in cushy chairs making policy decisions, she actually lived through the consequences of those decisions. So when she talks about foreign policy blunders or wars sold as humanitarian missions, she's not speculating. She's pointing at the scars and saying, yeah, I was there. I saw what your hope and change actually looked like on the ground.
More fuel on the fire that there's a potential, maybe a divorce or some sort of rockiness going on in the Obamas' relationship. They both posted these mirrored, very choreographed Valentine's Day messages on X, but he was just seen at an LA, it's the basketball team, the Clippers, thank you, game without her. And then on Tuesday, he was spotted eating out at a fancy dinner in Sherman Oaks with his both daughters, Malia and Sasha, but again, no Michelle, according to TMZ.
And that's where the cracks in Obama's carefully painted image begin to show. For years, he was treated as the man who ended wars, healed racial divides, and floated above Washington corruption like some political messiah. But scratch beneath the glossy speeches and celebrity aura, and his record looks a lot like every other president who promised the moon but delivered parking tickets. Take foreign policy. Obama campaigned as if he was going to shut down the war machine, tuck it in, and sing it a lullaby. Instead, he swapped the batteries and upgraded the software. Drone strikes skyrocketed, civilian casualties faded into background noise, and interventions were dressed up in flowery speeches about democracy. It was like the international community saying, "You seem nice. Here's a trophy in advance," only to watch him spend the next 8 years accidentally burning down parts of the set. On the home front, he was hailed as the healer of America's racial wounds, his election celebrated as the dawn of a new era, the supposed final proof that the country had moved past centuries of division.
Distraction. What is your response to the former president?
They're doing the exact same thing that people like Senator Warner are doing. He was the head of the Intelligence Committee at the time. They would have to admit and actually address the details of their complicity in this, or their absolute failure in conducting the most basic responsibilities of, again, asking, where is this intelligence coming from? What are the sources? What proof do you have of these of this high confidence assessment? Remember, John Brennan and James Clapper at the time assessed, and James Comey, with high confidence that Russia aspired to help Donald Trump win the election in 2016.